Welcome to the Land Your Bets Sports Betting Live Show. Good to have you all here. Already got some people ready to go. Going to get into the comments, hopefully. Give us some of your bets. We'll go over those together. We know the drill by now, hopefully. If you don't know the drill, got a couple of things I'll show you for what I'm looking at in these games. We've got plenty of games. We have 9 tonight on Friday. Thank the Lord. I didn't have a single bet in the NBA yesterday, and I am not ashamed to admit that because we didn't lose any money. And there was plenty of opportunities to lose money in some weird games last night, some low-scoring games, some games that were just not even that fun to watch, to be honest. So we're going to have a lot more fun with this slate tonight. I've got a few things I do want to look at already with you guys, but would appreciate if you jump in the comments and let me know what you want to look at as well. We found some pretty good looks a couple days ago on Wednesday, had a really good day, 7-3 on the day, made the nice little 3 units there. So we'll try to keep that going here as you guys jump in. Let me know what you want to look at. What's good? Oss the Wasp. We got Grady Dick, 20 points. Yep. I thought about Grady Dick for 10 minutes the other day when we were on the show, and I didn't even go bet it afterwards. I don't know why, but what's up, Timothy Thomas? I'm going to be focused today. I promise. We're going to be ready to go. I've got plenty of looks. I think we're going to have a bunch of bets here. I'm not going to lie to you. So I've got Nick Claxton up because he's kind of one of the first dudes I was looking at. And there's a couple of things I'm looking at with Claxton. First of all, if you look at the Bulls, they are bad. Let me go to let me get off this head-to-head. If you look at the Bulls last year, and I'm not getting his shot chart because he hasn't played enough games, I think is what's happening. Let me show you this on the stats page here. I'm going to go to opponent shooting so I can show you where the Bulls are not very good. And it's down low. Unsurprisingly, Nikola Vucevic is their only down low presence. And unsurprisingly, he's not good at defending down low. So if you look at the amount of attempts given up, they're giving up the 4th most inside the restricted area. The field goals made, they're tops. They're the worst defense down low right next to the basket. Who's going to be putting up points from there? The other thing with Nick Claxton is I believe he's a lot healthier. He's in the starting lineup at this point. If you look at his minutes, they were on a minutes restriction for him, and those have gone up. Lost by 15 minutes in the first game of the season, 20 in the second, 22, and 26. So obviously steadily rising, and we knew this was going to happen. We've been told this, right, for the whole time by is Jacques Vaughn still their coach? I don't even remember who their coach is for the Nets. Who's the coach of the Nets? Somebody tell me. Is it still Vaughn? I'm pretty sure it's still – no, maybe it's not. He was on the – God damn it. This is embarrassing. Oh, yeah, Jordi Fernandez. God damn it, from Brooklyn, from the Puerto Rico team. Idiot. Yeah. This I love Jordi Fernandez, by the way. He's helping this team look really good. Jordi Fernandez is the one that told us Nick Claxton's minutes are going to continue to rise. So I like his points. I think the rebounds – or this is rebounds, excuse me. The rebounds are 8.5. The points are 9.5. I believe a double-double is a really good price. I believe Legacy King was telling me that. This is the beauty of outlier.bet. If you don't have it, you can look at the – alt lines. You can look at other lines as well. Let me pull up Claxton. You can pull up the double-double. That's what I was trying to say. This is props. My bad. Players. I'm going to search for Claxton, and that way when I go to Claxton, I can see the actual double-double prices right here without having to go to the book, which is nice. DD2 right here for him is plus 200. That's still a really good price for sure. FanDuel has that at plus 200. It depends how many minutes you haven't projected at. I believe projections are showing probably about 26 to 28 minutes. Let's see what happened last year when he played 26 to 28 minutes in a basketball game. So I'm going to go to advanced filters and take the minutes right here and just move them to exactly what I want to see so I can try to form the context of this game, right? What do I think is going to happen in this game? Okay, well, then I can go back and filter previous stats to see what happened in this type of situation where he plays this many minutes. So let's say he plays 26, 28. How many times did he do that last year and have success? So looking at 14 out of 20 on the points to get double-digit points. And then on the boards, if we put this up to 9.5, you can see he did this 12 times. So there was probably a decent crossover of double-doubles last year. We might even be able to see this over here, 2023, in 30 of 71 games. But once again, if you filter the minutes, you're going to be in a good spot for him. So I would say the double-double is still a nice little sprinkle at plus 200 for him. I wanted to go with the points because of him going up against Vooch. Like I said, he's been a really good stopper against Vooch, and so that's why he's gotten minutes. I believe last year he only had 1 game against this team. Pulling that up and taking off this minutes filter because I think he probably played more minutes than that. So last year, 37 minutes in that one game. I don't think he's going to, I don't know that. Yeah, he's not playing 37 minutes tonight, right? So you got to take that with a grain of salt with the points and the rebounds. But he took 12 shots in this game, went to the free throw line 10 times, only made 3 of them. I think he's going to be a problem for Vooch down low. I like the points more than I like anything else for him. I'm going to put that in the leans down below. Minus 135. This thing's probably going to get bumped up, I would imagine, since he got inserted into the starting lineup, and more people are probably going to start betting on him. So let me put Nick Claxton scrolling on the bottom line. Quick reminder, too, I'm going to have all these leans that I put on, we get here on the show, on the bottom line, and then they're going to be in the pinned comment on the video. So I'm taking Claxton. I'll just put 10 plus points for now. And I think that's a play. I mean, I'm not necessarily scared of 11, but I think 10 plus points is around where I would limit this bet. So that's the first lean I've got here from the show is going to be Claxton on the points. Again, a sprinkle on the double-double plus 200 is probably just mispriced regardless. I mean, the 8.5 rebounds is the reason. If this tips over to 9.5, that double-double price is going to go down as well. Other books, Pinnacle has an 8.5, so that's good. Pinnacle is a book that all these other books are going to copy. I would recommend making sure that you check Pinnacle lines when you're looking at other lines, even if you don't play at Pinnacle. They're going to have the sharpest lines. They're one of the books that are going to have the sharpest lines. There's a couple other, like Circa as well. It's another one that is, they take sharp money, so they have sharp lines. Books like DraftKings, they don't take sharp money, right? They limit players because they suck at what they do. And so they just copy the other books. And if you beat them, then they don't let you play there. Fucking DraftKings. All right, let me see. I'm going to get a couple. I had a couple others. I also wanted to look at Schroder in this one. I got Claxton up on the bottom line for those of you that are climbing in right now. I feel like I get some spillover from Kyle Kerms on his live stream, so then I start seeing people jump in right now. But I've got the bottom line rolling with that play right there. I see a couple of y'all with plays in the comments, so let me jump on those. Yeah, okay, cool. Alan Dumas had Schroder points and assists. I think that's a good look. The points did go down for Schroder. I do want to get to him next since we're already on this game, but I'm going to start putting some stuff on the bottom line real quick. Because as Timothy Thomas will tell you, I have massive amounts of ADD. West Brick, okay, 9+ points for the man who went crazy last game. Let me put him up here. I can't guarantee that I'm going to go to him right after this one, but looking at a couple others, LaMelo, man, yeah, over his points. Braun over points and rebounds. I actually like Christian Braun points and rebounds tonight as well. I'll show you a little bit what I'm looking at there, but the other one that you just had besides Christian Braun was LaMelo. I have it right there. Let's see. I'll put LaMelo in here. I mean, he has been balling, man. I know his lines get crazy high, though. His usage is high enough, but I don't know if it's high enough for where his stuff is at. Gobert over rebounds and Jarrett Allen over rebounds. All right, I'm just going to keep writing for a minute. Allen, Gobert, until I don't have any more characters left available to me, so I don't forget stuff. Cade, 1.5 threes. Barrett points. Let's see. We got Cade threes, could be. And then RJ, who was very kind to us, climbed the full ladder for us last game. Appreciate you, RJ. We'll take his point. We'll look at that. We were also talking in the VIP Discord about the assist for RJ, although Davion Mitchell played a lot better than I gave him credit for. I was talking trash, and he's been really good. Jay Randall, 7+ boards. We'll look at Julius. Vucevic, I got to put in there, too, because I'm fading Vooch today. I'll put that next to Schroder because they're the same game. So let's put Vooch in here. I believe the points were a look. We can look at the rebounds too for him. I'll do that inevitably. RJ Barrett points. Let me see. Got a couple others coming in. Jaylen Duren DD tonight. Let's see. Duren DD. All right, keep them coming. We still rolling. Sam Merrill threes. Yeah, I mean, maybe you think we think blowout in there, or just the fact that like he's gonna one of their better shooters, and they don't have Max Strus. I suppose we can take a look at that. Ivey into 4 threes. Knicks allowing 14 attempts and 6 makes to SGs. This is a good look ASAP about Jaden Ivey. Definitely the Knicks defense is a fucking problem. Not in a good way for other teams, a bad way for them. It's a problem that it's not helping them. It sucks right now. I believe they're 24th in defense for the Knicks. Putting Ivey in here for a minute. I'll put Ivey threes, but if they still are undervaluing his points, because last year Ivey sucked. We just hit a bet with him the other day from the show too, where it was like, yo, Ivey was finally getting burned from JB Bickerstaff after Monty Williams basically sunk his career. Forgot to put Dick in there. Let me get Dick in there. We'll get Dick in there. Dick for 18 points. It's going to be funny for the rest of his career, bro. I don't think there's going to be a year that I stop doing that. Did I put Vooch in there? All right, cool. We got most of these in here. Did I put Jay Randall yet? No, I did not. Let me put Jay Randall in here. We got a good list of players to look at. Can't guarantee that they're going to go in order, mostly because of attention deficit disorder, but we can't guarantee that we're going to get to them. All right. Let's get into it. Let's start with Schroder and then Vooch. So Schroder, what I'm looking at, bro has been, I wanted to see like, okay, well, I want to know who's got the ball in their hands for this team, because Cam Thomas is always going to be somebody that you could assume is going to take some usage, some potential assists, some shots, all that stuff from Dennis Schroder. So what I want to go to is look at on this team, who is doing the majority of the ball handling. So I'm actually not going to go to play type. I'm going to go to player tracking data. This is all on NBA stats advanced page. So just nba.com/stats. This is going to be you don't really need to leave this site too much to get most of what you need. I'll be honest with you, but tracking, we're going to look at touches and I'm going to see who's been handling the ball. So now I can filter this over here with this little filter icon and go to team and make this just BKN, because that's their, obviously their. Cool. All right. We're on the same page. Touches. You can see Ben Simmons is only playing 24 minutes per game, yet is second in the team in touches, because he's just a big part of that offense when he's in there. I just can't trust Ben Simmons' stats when he's only playing 24 minutes a game. And I don't see anything from Jordy Fernandez that's telling me that they're going to play him more minutes than that. So you can see Schroder, though, far and away leading in touches. You can look at time of possession with the ball in his hands, all this stuff. So at least I know Homie is the one that is playing point guard for sure, right? He's got the ball in his hand the most. I want to look at his assists, so I want to go to passing, and you can find potential assists in other places, but this is a really nice way to be able to see everything about passing stats right in front of you. So passes made, always going to be huge. Schroeder's up there, right? Cam Thomas, not going to be facilitating. This dude's just going to be shooting. Passes received is also helpful because, as I like to say, passes received indicates this is probably the point guard of the team, because when Dennis Schroder passes the ball, we try to get some action on the wing. When it doesn't happen, the ball comes right back to Dennis Schroder. So passes received is helpful to go, yes. Now, the thing that you could make a case for against Schroder is he has 8.2 assists per game, which is on 12.8 potential assists. So that means that, let's see, 8.2 divided by 12.8 is 64% of his potential assists are turning into assists. That's about the ceiling of what I would say is the norm. Like, there's a little bit of potential regression coming when you look at that, because of the fact that that's a high rate of your potentials turning into regular assists. When I see that, it makes me weary. When I want to take an over is when I see this at like 15 potential assists, but he's only at like 6 or 7 assists. It's like, yo, the books have him at 5.5 dimes, but he's averaging 14 potential assists. I love him to get 6 on another 14 potential assists. So let's say he gets the 13 tonight against this Bulls team. The next thing I want to know is, are the Bulls good at limiting assists of this type? So a couple places that I can go to see that. But first of all, I could obviously just go right back to NBAstats.com and see that. But I'm going to actually go to over to Outlier, because I appreciate that they pull this data through. So I'm going to search for Schroder real quick, because this is going to help me see how this team does, the Chicago Bulls do, limiting assists, not only in general, but to a player like, well, the point guard. So let's look at dimes right here. This is a good defense for Chicago, by the way. I believe they're 5th in defensive rating right now. That nothing to sneeze at, but they are allowing the 9th most assists, or 9th most assists on the season, and the 3rd most to the point guard position. Right. So this is a good indicator that you can get in there. Now, the thing that they're not doing is giving up threes. So let me go show you what I mean real quick. And this is all helping me make a point here, which is they are, if we look at the opponent defense, 14th, but they are giving a good amount of above the break threes. I believe they are like 4th worst at that. And that's something that you want to look at in NBA advanced stats once again, and you can go to opponent shooting and see where these teams are giving up shots and where they're not. I like to do it by zone and see, all right, inside the restricted area, the Bulls are terrible. We know that. Above the break, I believe they're also bad. Yeah, so they're giving up the 4th most attempts from above the break, although, yeah, they're actually good at limiting the shot above the break, the makes above the break. So the 3-point defense isn't terrible. I will say that. I want to just see who is limiting, where are they at in terms of the amount of threes that they're just giving up. Let me pull that up real quick. I just want to know what their 3-point defense is like as well. So opponent, I'm just going to go to opponent 3-point stuff real quick. Opponent 3-point attempts for Chicago. They are not giving up that many threes, even attempted. Yeah, so they're actually, oh no, they are. This is better teams. They are giving up the 6th most threes, and overall, they're giving up Actually, they're limiting to the 8th fewest. You might say that's a little bit of luck, to be honest, more than anything, that their opponent 3-point percentage is so bad, despite the fact that they're giving up so many threes. There's a couple ways you could look at it, but I would say that their 3-point defense is probably good, to be honest, even though teams are hoisting, but they are very weak right around the rim. So I think Schroeder's going to be able to get assists from a number of places. I do think his dimes is a good look. He's at the potential, as we said, 13 to get 7 right now. The number doesn't make me go crazy for it, to be honest. I don't think there's an edge here, to be honest, even at the amount of potential assists. If you look at him at 8.2 this season, last season, it's different, I know, but if you just do the last like 30 games of the season last year, he was averaging about 6. I don't think there's going to be much of an edge there. I can tell you that the little baby model would tell you that. So I didn't pull the trigger on this one, even though I liked it. I didn't have enough for it. So I'm going to pass on the Schroeder dimes and pull that one down. But I am going to look at Vooch right now. And then after I get through Vooch, I might add a couple more because I see people jump in the comments and I want to try to at least have everything up here and not take too much time. All right. But yeah, no, Alan, you're welcome. But I see what you're seeing and I would have liked it if I just don't trust it quite as much yet right now. But I could easily see this going over. So as far as the points for him too, I believe points, they're also pretty bad, limiting those to the point guard position. The 13th right now. I don't know what to make of that Bulls defense. Let's look at Vooch right now. The thing I'm looking at with Vooch, I'll go back to P Madness for a minute. He has not had good numbers against this team. And I'll just go to StatMuse to show you this because I started looking into it head to head. He didn't have good numbers against the Nets last year. I was like, is there something to the idea that he can't really hang with Nick Claxton? So let me do Nikola Vucevic versus Nick Claxton last 6 games, just random sample. What I found was I don't know that I want to fade the boards against Vooch, who's averaging 12 of them when he plays Claxton the last 6 games. And that includes 1 last year, 2 the year before, 3 the year before. So basically in the last 1, 2, 3, 4 games is a much more realistic, like, who are these teams? Because in 2021, this Nets team was way different, right? So with this iteration more so of the Nets team, it's still not the same, but even last year, the main thing is his matchup here. So he's at only 13.5 points in these last 4. He's at 12 rebounds. This year, he's at 20 points per game, and I really just like this as a negative regression spot back to the averages for him because of the fact that he's shooting such an insane percentage from 3 this year. Let me go back and pull him up real quick. Vucevic. And I believe he's shooting 46% from 3. Like he's a 34% career 3-point shooter. So I go to points and I just put this on 2024. This helps me see all of the averages for the whole season. So now I can see down here, he's attempting 4.8 threes, blah, blah, blah. 46% from deep. That ain't happening, right? He's 34% for his career. You take away one of these threes in a couple games and he's not at 20 points in most of these affairs. Him to get 20 points in this one in a situation where he's playing against somebody. And now, okay, so this under has been bet for sure. Because over 19.5 points is plus 110, and that's going to sucker a lot of people into it. It might hit. Once again, this is about projecting the spot. This is not the spot for Vooch in a situation where this team has been good against him. Nick Claxton has been good against him, and he's been at an absurd shooting percentage for the whole season already, right? So I like this as a fade spot for all those reasons. So yeah, at least got to show off a quality dick joke. That was a good one. And LaMelo Ball, no doubt. All right. Man, and there's a dude named Leaky Black in the league. I know we saw that last year. Do not put Leaky Black's name next to Grady Dick. All right. All right. Let's, I'm fading Vooch. I'm staying away from the boards. In fact, it could be a decent negative correlation if you think he goes over the boards and under on the points. Where's Vooch at? 18.5. Oh, so this did get bumped down in a lot of places to 18.5. You can still get under 19.5 for decent juice, but it's moving on FanDuel. They just pulled it down and put it back up, I bet. For the boards, if we look at him last year, so this year he's at 11 per game. He's at 10.5. Last year versus Claxton, still didn't really dominate the boards. Only went over 10.5 and 1. So I don't know that it's what I want to bank on. He will be down low more against Claxton, but he sucks down low, man. Vooch I do not have respect for him as a decent whatever, but as a defender is what I'm trying to say. As an offender, yeah, he's very good. Let's put the Vooch. I'll make sure that's clear. I'm putting the Vooch under 19.5 underneath on the bottom line, scrolling along. And if you didn't hear me say it earlier, I'm going to pin a comment to the YouTube video that'll have the final plays that we came up with on the show here. Got Vooch under 19.5. I like that. You like that? Let me update the thing here. Get off of Vooch. We got Westbrook. Let me pause on Westbrook. I mean, I'll look at him for a minute, but I do not have the desire to bet on Westbrook right now, to be honest with you. If you have a solid reason for why you like Westbrook out there, let me know. But I got nothing for you right now. Be honest with you. I'm just going to skip over him. I'll leave him in here for right now. I'm going to skip over him and go to LaMelo, who I also know I don't necessarily love betting on. I'm be honest with y'all. Like, I don't play these dumb high props sometimes. Not 24.5. I thought this was gonna be 26.5. Much more reasonable. Had a bad game against the Raptors, but to be honest, I mean, yeah, shooting wise, 20%, 50%, 50%, then 41%, then 35%. I mean, yeah, against the Celtics, this is the type of player that you want to have score. But so they're 10th worst, right, against the in terms of limiting the pick and roll ball handler. We know that's going to be the majority of the plays for LaMelo. If we go to courtside, pal, I just want to pull this one up for a minute and see if there's something there too, because the courtside, pal, for those of you guys who don't know, shows us player type versus defense as opposed to player position, which isn't the most accurate all the time, right? Because player position, like, what is Luka? Point guard, I guess. I mean, he's a giant point guard. He's not the same as LaMelo Ball, so you can't just be like Luka and LaMelo are the same, and if he's a point guard, Luka went over, so LaMelo is going to go over. Like, it doesn't work like that. But for this site, it takes player types. This is height, weight, mass, shooting profile, scoring profile, playmaking profile, assists, and rebounding profile. So for LaMelo points, this is last season's data, but this is basically the same team, right, for the Celtics. Shooting wise, he is 8th in terms of where he's shooting from on the floor. That's what this one means. They give up the 8th most points to where he shoots from. They give up the 12th most points to the way that he scores. What type of play type does he score off of? And that type of thing, right? And for him, it's going to be a lot of pick and roll ball handler. They're going to look to get him open. Then he's going to be pulling some threes. He's done some incredible shit this year. I cannot lie. Like, he has gone bonkers with some of the plays he's making, just making me chuckle when he does what he does. I don't really care that he went under here. I was watching that game. It was a slog fest to the end, and the Raptors just elongated that game, helped me go over at least, and got us the RJ Barrett ladders. But there's a reason he was just sort of slow down the stretch there. I wouldn't really hold this one against him. Did he even play against the team last year? The problem with LaMelo is the data is so random. Because he's missed so much time. So he had Terry Rozier on his team at the time. He was missing. Nick Richards wasn't playing. He's going to be out there. Cody Martin wasn't playing against the Celtics. This was him and the band of merry men of nobody that he was trying to do this with against the C's on November 20th. So I get it. I like LaMelo. I think he's going to keep having a great season. I don't want to have to pick when he's going to get 25 versus 22 versus 27. It's just a very high number. That just, I guess it scares me. I'll just say it. I don't want to sound like a bitch, but like, it scares me. I guess if keeping my money makes me a bitch, then I'll be a bitch. All these potential assists, though, got me thinking. And I hate when I see these potential assists on a team like the Hornets. Jordan Poole is another example of this. Jordan Poole has so many potential assists this season and can't get any assists because his team sucks. So he needs his team to hit shots, and they don't. Even if he has the potentials, I'm weary of like buying into that he's going to get more assists because of the fact that his teammates can't hit shots. You know what I mean? So, let's go. Did I not give out Anthony Black yet? I'm sure that's getting nuked. LaMelo, I'm starting to like the assists, although, like I said, I'm scared that his team can't hit a shot. But I got to interrupt this regularly scheduled program to look at the Orlando Magic game, because the mans that I'm on, and shout out Jabba the Hutt, also known as Legacy King, also known as WNBA King, also known as Parlay King. Just want to make sure all his pseudonyms are out there. My man's up a lot of units right now, too. Anthony Black was a call out. Now it's at 8.5. We got this at 7.5 in the VIP Discord. I am happy to announce. Does he have assists look up on DK? He's got 3.5. We smack that over. Wait, the over is 134. No. Even on Pinnacle. All right. Pinnacle wants us to take the over, so they get it to 4.5. What does Pinnacle want us to do here? 3.5 or plus 130 on MGM? Please stand by. I'm not sending a text right now to anybody that lives in another state. I'm just sending a text to a buddy about some stuff that has nothing to do with Anthony Black. 3.5 assists. Just a text to a bro. But 3.5 assists for plus 130 on MGM is absolutely beyond insane. Absolutely insane. Needless to say, I'm putting that on the bottom line. I hope that's been made clear. Thank you for interrupting the show with that Jabba the Hutt. 8.5. Let's see. Sorry. So Courtside Pal is up, but you need to have the exact link. Hopefully you have that full court ball. If you don't, go to the description of the video here. The exact link to Courtside Pal will take you there because they don't have the 2024 data up, but you can use 2023 data. It's just that you have to have it directly to a player ID. So you have to have like this weird, confusing URL information right here added to the end. This one is like the player ID for LaMelo. He's 1630163. You get it. All right, let me finish this up and keep it moving. Stand by. Wow. I mean, I might be missing something, but this is a swing that I'm taking on Anthony Black because he's the backup point guard. He's already playing 25 minutes. I got to project it. He's already played 28 minutes in a game that Paolo was in. I think it was a blowout. No, he played 31 against the Pacers. And he played 26 right here. He played 23. There's no real blowouts. The only one was the Memphis game. He didn't even do well in the Memphis game. 26. Yeah, he's already had 26 minutes a game. Like, what are we talking about? Hang on. All right, got that in. Just sending this out. And then we'll get back to it. I knew this was going to happen. And this is going to keep happening. I also want to pull up the rest of the injury report because there's other teams I want that have key players that are injured right now and questionable that I want to potentially see who's going to benefit from them if they are eventually ruled out here shortly. If you guys can keep me updated on the injury report, that would be massive as well, please. I'm much appreciated. Like if you're like, yo, this dude who was questionable, Karl Towns, for instance. Let's see. This is a list that Underdog was showing us. I would love to know if Towns, Levine, Miller, Turner, all these dudes, what happens to them. By the way, we got to play the Pacers, right? Jordan Hawkins, Daniel Tice, Yves Missi, and they're already missing DeJounte Murray, CJ Murray, CJ McCollum Murray, Trey Murphy is what I'm trying to say. Like they don't have anybody. Herb Jones is out tonight too. All right. Assist. This is moving fast, I bet. So the plus 130 DK. Anthony Black is either going to make me very poor or very rich tonight. Thank you, Anthony Black, for your services. Let's see if there was some update on Underdog real quick. Kelly O, we still can't fade. We got to wait till we can fade Kelly O. We had so much success with that last year. And we got Black in the starting lineup. I love that. Who do you think's going to have the ball in their hands? That's insane. Still have an hour to bet on that. That thing's going to get nuked for sure. I'm just seeing if we miss anything else. Brandon Miller, game time decision. That's not going to help us much. If Brandon Miller's out, is there anything that we want to be able to take advantage of in that game? Let's see. B. Miller, he's got props up, but if he's out, Trey Man. Yeah, Trey Man all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. Give us Vasilije Micic props. Can we get those? He crushed the Celtics last year with his points and his assists. So, but I think Trey Man is good look. Trey Man's been coming in. I believe he's been coming mostly off the bench, right? But look at these 29, 25, 32, 20 minutes. Yeah, because I don't think he's been starting much. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But let's see. Towns warming up with intent to play. Okay, yeah, that was what we just saw on Twitter. Thanks, Alan. That makes sense. So Tiff said Cat's warming up to play. So if Cat's playing, it's fine. I still think Josh Hart rebounds is being disrespected at like 9.5. I don't know what y'all think. But anyway, I was just trying to see if there was anything I liked with. So Trey has been, look at these points, 27 points in 28 minutes. That's Toronto, though. Miami is the 29th rated defense, by the way, this year. Fuck Miami so hard, dude. I hate betting around or on that team. Or are they 10th? Did I mess that up? Oh, I guess they're 10th. My bad. I still fucking hate them. Let's see. Let me take this off. Go back to minutes. All right. Yeah, I think Trey Mann is a look, though, if you're talking about him playing without Brandon Miller once again, but we're not going to get that info until like right up until game time. So let me keep it moving a little bit here. LaMelo, I'm interested in the assist, but once again, the reason I'm not taking them and the reason I haven't taken them is because this team sucks. So I don't know who I can trust to shoot off of him. Miles Bridges has been terrible this year. I'm pretty sure his percentages, let's see, 45%, 47%, 43, 18% against Toronto. So yeah, Miles Bridges is shooting about 35, 36% on the season right now. That's a big reason why LaMelo, I guess that would mean there's got to be some positive aggression coming. So that LaMelo's assist, this is where I would lean with LaMelo, though. I don't know that I'll end up playing this even against the Celtics. And the Celtics do limit assists really well, but this is a dude who has too many potential assists compared. So 17 18. That's 35, 46, right? 65, whatever that is, divided by 4 is probably like 60. So like, let's say he's at 16 potential assists per game and he's only averaging 7. He should be at 8 to 9 assists per game. So I think there's probably some positive regression coming. I'm gonna put LaMelo assists. Well, they're playing the Celtics. That's the only reason I'm staying away from it. So I'm not in the mood to be betting against the Celtics. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna take that one down for now and keep it moving. I think there's better bets than Westbrook. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's look. We can look at Jay Allen. I'm not really trying to bet on too many Cavs. One of the reasons I like the Anthony Black bet is if this turns nasty real quick and this game is a blowout, because Franz might not play. Is he still questionable? I believe that he's still questionable. I wanted to go back to that post that they had with all the ones on there. I think he was listed on there still. No, he's not. Okay, so we are getting. So Franz is playing, right? That's what we're saying here. Franz is playing. He's not on the injury report anymore, I don't believe. I mean, he's sick, though. He's like been having a sickness, whatever. All right, so he's not on the injury report right now. That said, I still think blowout possibilities are highly likely in this game without their best player has been doing it all for them, right? So that's actually a good point. I like that. I like this from Waleed A. Hornets will cover today. I love that. The Hornets have played really well against them. That's a really good point. We forget that that's been the case in this matchup, is that the Hornets have played them super well, and they've done it without LaMelo Ball. Now they have LaMelo Ball, so I fully like that. I think that's a good call. And this is Rick Bob talking about the Merrill thing. All right, let me just look a little bit more at that. So the Allen one scares me because of that. We've got Franz in there. How did they do last season? I don't know that they did last season. Let's see. Magic without Paolo Banchero last season. Tell me what you got, StatMuse. Magic without Paolo last season, only 2 games, right? They actually beat the Nets, who were terrible, and they lost to the Hawks. And I don't know let's see if Franz even played in this game, as well as Paolo missing it. Yeah, Franz played. So this is a similar lineup to what they had last year. This is stupid lineup. Why is Wendell Carter in with Batadze? That's weird. This is pretty similar to what happened last year. Look at Anthony Black with the rebounds last year. He was not taking any shots. He's taking shots this year. Don't worry about that. He did take 7 though in this game. I think he's going to be taking closer to 10 tonight. But okay, so yeah, I mean, this is versus the Hawks, but I think the blowout is possible. Sometimes you get the first game without Paolo. This team comes in and plays strong, maybe. But let's see Jared Allen real quick. So I know he did well. Wow, is this really Jared Allen's? Is he at 18 points a game this season? I've only been paying some attention to them. I'm getting notifications though. I got to check the injuries real quick. Jalen Smith, I don't care about. Patrick Williams, I don't care about. And B. Miller is ruled out for Friday. So I think Trey Mann is a good look with Brandon Miller out. That's, I think, been a big reason why he's done so well right now. But I'll just put that on the bottom line real quick for Trey Mann as a lean more than anything. Let's see, Trey Mann. 14.5 points. Not scared of it. I think someone, I mean, like was just said a minute ago, they play this team really well. I would not necessarily count on the Hornets just getting blown out necessarily. Not sure that's going to be the case 100%. So, all right. Keep it moving. Yeah, I like this, but I was going right to Donovan Mitchell until the news came. Like I literally had a slide in my show last night because of wanting to bet on Donnie Mitchell. And right as I was about to go live, it was like Paolo's out 4 to 6 weeks. Motherfucker. All right. So why would Jay Allen do well in this game if there is not a blowout? He's been getting the 30 plus minutes, so that's good. Has Mobley also been playing 30 plus minutes? 27, 32, 32, 36, and then 19 in that blowout win. Wow. 25 points in 19 minutes against Rui. Just beat the shit out of Rui. I thought Rui was going to be a legit 4, but yeah, he smacked Rui in that game. Let's see for Allen, though. The amount of shots he's been taking, it's easier for me to just pull this up over here so I can see. Let's pull up Jay Allen. All right. Jarrett Allen. 2024. We're looking at what are we on here? I chose let's points, rebounds, and assists so we can see all the volume in one. 18 rebound chances a game. That's really good. 8.6 field goals per game. Don't love that. What did he take last year in terms of field goals per game? 10.6. So he's actually down a couple field goals and has just been really, really effective with his rebounds so far this year, or points rather. Let me get back to 2024. They have not played. I mean, yeah, this is a pretty bum ass schedule. No, I mean, it depends how much you believe in the Lakers. The Knicks still trying to figure things out with Cat. That's for damn sure. And then these three teams suck. I think Detroit's better than everyone thinks, but they still kind of suck. So that's not that impressive to me. I don't have anything here for Jay Allen to help me with it. Like, he's going to be going up against some Batadze probably and some Wendell Carter Jr. The boards alone, what are those at? 9.5, and the points are at 14.5. I get it. Very beatable number here. I'm pretty sure you were saying that he had good numbers against them as well, right? So head to head, he has done well against the Magic. That's for sure. We've got him averaging 14 points though. And obviously, like, more recently, much better. If this is, and this is the playoffs, my bad. I needed to make it just the regular season. I don't think you can filter that on outlier.bet. So that's a big difference. If you look at him 2023 head to head only in the regular season, doesn't look quite as green, does it? Right. So 34, 27, 15, 19. Very unreliable there. He might have gotten hurt in this game. Very unreliable minutes, though. And then the one time he plays 34, and then Donnie Mitchell was out in that game too. So I think if you're banking on Jared Allen stuff because you saw a lot of green recently, you got to break that down a little further. That green was the playoffs when he was at 35 plus minutes. And that green included one game in the regular season where he played without Donovan Mitchell, pretty important to the scoring. It's going to up your usage a ton, obviously. Plus, Darius Garland is a lot more likely to pass on a drive than Donovan Mitchell is. Donnie Mitchell ain't driving and kicking. Donnie Mitchell driving and shooting, or shooting in general. I'll show you what I mean real quick. This is really important to know, is like, what is a player's habits when he drives? So if I go to tracking and go to drives and go to Cleveland, let me make this team. And this is all just, my final point is I'm not betting on Jared Allen tonight, but I'm not going to trash anybody who does. So drives per game, Darius is even driving more, but the pass percentage off the drive is what I'm drawing your eye to. So Darius Garland is passing on more than half of his drives. Donovan Mitchell is passing on 38% of his drives. So that means Jared Allen ain't getting set up, and Jared Allen don't score unless Jared Allen gets fed the ball or he gets a second chance opportunity on an offensive rebound. You can look at that kind of stuff by looking at the usage and or scoring and going, all of his field goals are assisted field goals, which means he's not scoring by himself, which is not a player I like to take points against unless I have a better look than that. But I can understand liking him. Yeah, if you want Jared Allen in the first half, maybe. I mean, he's been playing numbers. I can see that. If you are afraid of a blowout, then you can get in there with some first half stuff. But you're playing with thin margins at that point, so I don't really like it. I'm going to get off of this and put up Rudy Gobert. I guess we got to look at what he does, though. There might be something there because of the need to play against Joker, but man, Rudy Gobert's on my fucking fantasy team, and it's just like every day that I see him on my roster, I get annoyed that I have him on my team, but I had to get him. Anyway, Rudy in a really nice game here against Denver. And because we're in this game, I'll take a quick look at Low West Brick because I just skipped over him and poo-pooed it. But let's look at Rudy. How necessary is he in this matchup? We go to head-to-head from last season. And we're in the regular season, had some good numbers. This is points, obviously points for a center against Jokic. Mike will tell you that's always a look because they are going to put up a good amount of shots. He just happened to go 0 for 7 in this one from the field, 7 for 8 from the field, and 6 of 7. So he's taken a good amount of shots. The points at 10.5 are not a bad look. He's just, this season, I don't think he's very involved. Yeah, I mean, 8 shots, 2 shots, 8 shots, 5 shots. I mean, I don't want to have to bank on a dude who could take anywhere from 5 to 8 shots, and that's what I need him to get all those points. I don't really love it. The rebounds against this team, 11.5 is a high number, obviously. And in the playoffs, he wasn't playing quite as much. So if we added the playoffs here in 2023-24, and this is supposed to say head-to-head, yeah, I still averaged 10.8 on probably I don't think 36, 29, 40. No, the minutes were still there for him. I thought he got played out of the Mavs series. He didn't get played out of this series. He got played off the floor in the Mavs series. In this series, he gets the minutes versus Joker. I get that. I think 10.5 points is beatable. I would be going over for Rudy just through the lens of the idea that he needs to play versus Joker. They're not going to although Nas did a good job on him, right? Didn't Nas do a really good job on him last year in the playoffs? They brought him in, and that was a big reason for why they were able to come back. Nas did not. Let's look at his playoff numbers real quick. I remember not being super impressed with these versus them. I thought he got better against this team. He got minutes. It was the first 2 games he came out roaring, and then we were all just like Nas, and then not really, right? Like, so if we take off the playoffs for Nas and the head-to-head, the regular season he did a lot better too. Let's see, 19, 33 minutes, 30 minutes. and he's not missing anybody. No, he's missing Towns in these games. My bad. He's missing Karl Towns in all these games. So now you got him battling with Julius Randle for minutes. I can't really bet on Nas either. Even though I really want to. We all always want to bet on Nas Reed because Nas is like half man, half amazing. All right, I'm off of that. This game, I kind of honestly just want to enjoy this game. I really don't want to have to bet on anything. If I were to bet on something, I think this is where I always go with this is Jokic score versus good centers and bully them. Like if you want to know when Jokic is motivated, to me, it's when he's playing the best centers in the league. And you want to know who's not going to be able to score probably. The Canadian, what's the opposite of assassin? Whatever. Jamal Murray has been such trash for the last basically 8 months of basketball that I would love to go under. This is at 17.5. If this was like 19.5 points for him, I would love to go under. You look at him versus this team last season. I mean, Jaden McDaniels just put him in clamps, or Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He got better in the playoffs. These are all the games. So in the regular season, I guess, 17.5 is too low. If this was like a 20.5, 21.5 point prop, then I'm starting to look at it and go I like some of this. The assists, those are decent numbers because they force the ball out of his hands. In fact, we might have gone too far with Jamal. I keep saying this. I keep trashing him, and then we have really low props for him. And then he's going to go over these really low props. And then the next game, they're going to be too high, and they're going to go back under. These should be at 17.5 and 5 or 4.5 right now for him. And that's what they're at. So that's a fair number as well. I don't really like that, to be honest. Let me get off of this game because I got other stuff to look at. I'm not betting on Jarrett Allen tonight. I don't see a problem with it, but there's too much unknown in that game. It kind of scares me off of stuff. And Gobert, I'm going to put him on the bottom line. Also, though, I was talking about Jokic, but I'm going to put Gobert's points on the bottom line. No, I'm not. The fuck am I talking about? Shut up. I'm not doing that. I'm not betting on Gobert anymore. I'm sorry. Points that I can't rely on. I know that the trend is he scores against this team. You take center points against the Nuggets. Not Gobert. Not fucking Rudy Gobert. I'm not doing that. All right. I'm sorry to be so dismissive. I'm sure he's a really nice dude in some ways, but obviously he's pretty annoying and whiny. Let's get a couple other things real quick going. All right. So Jaylen, I'm off on that. Yeah, I'm not really looking at the Magic game with too much that I wanted to get into. Let's see. Whoa, Jaylen Brown's back at 4.5 points again. I know we hit this with Modi the other day, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, that is true, but it doesn't matter if he's playing defense or not against Rudy. Like Rudy's just not involved enough for me to feel good that he's going to get the usage and the involvement to do it. Let's see. Yeah, I like that you're all talking about the 4.5 points. That's value. 4.5 points on Jaylen Brown's first quarter points is value. They are playing a bad team, but like we said, this is probably going to be closer than we think. Let me, you got me intrigued. I know I got a bunch of other stuff up here, but I'm going to go for a while today, y'all, because basically mostly because I had to take a nap earlier. So now I have a lot of work to do. So if y'all want to stick around while I do it and find some more plays for the VIP, you might as well get that shit for free. Let's see. I was going to interrupt myself again. Come on, bro. Stay with it. Somebody tell me what I was going to go do. Right. Jaylen Brown first quarter. I got it. We're back. Jaylen Brown. All right. Apply that. Let's see about JB in the first quarter. I was going to look at last game mostly and see what he did. First quarter points, 2024. Last game he had 8. He played 7 minutes. That's my fear. He's been playing 6.5, 7 minutes. He had a really good shooting game in the first quarter last game, right? So I don't want to have to bank on him doing that. The reason I like taking Jaylen Brown first quarter stuff, I did it all last year in the playoffs because I knew exactly what the rotation was. I knew Jaylen Brown was going to play 8 to 10 minutes, and I knew that Jason Tatum was going to play the whole first quarter. So I just kept taking their points in the first quarter and combining them because I knew they were both going to be taking 5 shots, 6 shots in the first quarter. I don't know that that's going to be the case anymore in the amount of minutes. It's a more of a postseason play than a regular season play when I know exactly what the rotations are. And I don't know, and I know that right now the rotation for this team is Jaylen Brown is only playing about 6 minutes in the first quarter. So I can't bank on that with the usage for him. But I see where y'all are at. And the fact that this is down to 4.5 gives you some value. So I like where your heads are at for finding value. I don't like the bet because of the usage and the time that he's going to be on the floor in the first quarter. Cade Cunningham, been a Cade killer this season. Killer Cade, that was obvious. Against the Knicks, probably getting some value on the fact that people think the Knicks are fucking good on defense. Guess what? They're not right now. 17.5 points is what I took Jaden Ivey at last game. That was against a much worse team in the 76. Much worse. Well, here I am thinking it's a much worse defense. I don't like the defense for the Sixers. That's for damn sure. And I like Jaden Ivey more in that game. I still like him in this game, to be honest, against the Knicks. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Cade, but Jaden Ivey's the one that I see the value on because of the minutes and the usage. 13 minutes, 24 minutes, and 24 minutes against the Knicks last season, and he couldn't get any more run. And he was missing Cade in those games, or one of them. This season, though, his usage is way the hell up because JB Bickerstaff is like, we're going to use you, young blood. We're not going to just ruin your confidence like Monty Williams did. So yeah, he's at 16, 18, 16, right? He's at about 16, 17 shots a game, man. So those are good numbers for Jaden to keep going over 17 and a half. If I look at 2023, and this is not going to be 1-to-1, so this is only so helpful. But if I put him at like this season, he's only taken less than 16 shots once. Every other time he's taken more shots. So if he takes 16, let's make this 15 to 18. Actually, I'll do 17 because he's averaging 16. So 15 to 17 shots. He's averaging 20 points a game. He's going over 69% of the time. So I got to assume that that's still good. If I'm looking at the Knicks this season, like I said, they're like 24th in defensive rating. If I look at them, I'm trying to find my bad. Let me get Jesus, Cade. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm still looking at Jaden. I know that the request was for Cade. I know somebody put Jaden in the comments though, so I'm sure I'm making somebody happy and pissing somebody off. That's how we do. Points, 17 and a half. And what I was looking at was the Knicks stuff. So Knicks this season overall 14th in the amount of points they're allowing, but their defensive rating is bad. They just play super slow. They are giving up a lot to the shooting guard. If ever there was a true two guard, it's Jaden Ivey. If we look at how he's scoring, they're bad in transition, bottom half in transition, bottom 8 versus the pick and roll ball handler, which he's doing some of, but he's doing a lot of spot up as well. And that's what I usually use for him is spot up. He's also driving a good amount. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you about that. I love it because I'm pretty sure his shot chart is showing us that he's shooting a lot around the rim, which I have up. So let me just, 36% of his shots are at the rim. 18 of these little floaters and mid-range stuff, and then 30% above the break, right? And the Knicks defense, 5th above the break, only 16th down low because Cat is their mother-loving center, and they're terrible in the corners. Maybe that's where we exploit it. Knicks have always been bad in the corner. Is Malik Beasley shooting from the corner? 17% of his shots are from the corner. THJ, 17% of his shots are from the corner. You bro, if you handed me $1,000 and we're like, you can have this $1,000 if you bet all of it on anything you want for Tobias Harris, I would say, thank you, I will pass. Have a nice day. I have no desire in engaging and betting on Tobias Harris with your fucking money. All right, Tim Hardaway would be a look. I like that he's got the minutes this year, and I like that he's shooting from the corners. I like that Malik Beasley's only at 8.5. But I don't like that his minutes are at 26. He was shooting really well the other game and almost ate into Jaden Ivey's stuff, and then he didn't. But I like this idea of a corner 3 shooter and the pressure defense that the Knicks play, forcing the ball into the corner. Also, my guy, Miles, is up. He's at now over 10 points. But he's still, we'll get back to Miles. Let me put Miles up because he's definitely getting a look. I forgot to bet on Miles like 2 games ago, and I was like, this will not happen again. We'll not go another day without betting on Miles McBride. I'm gonna tell you that. Deuce. All right, Miles putting in here. We know who we mean by Miles. It's definitely not Bridges. We don't bet on women beaters around here. All right, keeping him moving though in this game. So Cade was the request. I mean, it's tough to bet on anybody but Cade when he's taking the shots. The request was for the 3 specifically. You're not going to take that, right? For minus 150. That's not a play anybody's going to make for Cade on the 3s. I mean, he's hit it all season. Taking 6, 6, 6, 8, 7, 8. Making more than 1.5 on 8 to what's this, like 6 attempts a game from 3 is fine. I'm happy to take someone to make 33% of their 3-point shots per game. I think that's a good look. Not for minus 172. If you gave me Steph Curry over 1.5 threes for minus 172, I would say I love it. But Steph Curry is going to take 12 threes in this game. He might take 20, right? 17 of them. So that's a little bit different. But minus 172 is not going to do it for the 3s for me for Cade. I was playing the rebounds. Those got nuked now. 4.5 was what it was at for the first 4 games. And I took it every game and only lost once. Didn't get it in this last one. It was at 5.5. It's now back down to 4.5. But this is a sneaky good look. Cade's going to play so many minutes And he's been a really important rebounder for them outside because Tobias Harris sucks and it's their 4, right? What's his rebounds at? Scrub ass Tobias. Sorry, he's been boarding well, but still, I guess that's been why Cade's slowly started to drop in the rebounds here. I say scrub. I realize I have the self-awareness to realize that Tobias Harris plays in the NBA and has made a decent career, and I don't. This is my job, so what are you going to do? I think Jaden Ivey's still lean. I'm going to put him up here real quick on the bottom line. I can't get away from that. There's a couple of things I might want to look at a little bit more with it, but this might just be a continued go back to this because like the books are just mispricing his number based on his increased usage and all that stuff, right? Just to put it right here, so it's side by side. Jaden Ivey this season and last season. Let's see if it gives it to us. No, this is just this season. So this season, I just want to show you 16 shots per game, 5.6 threes, also get to the free throw line about 5 times. So we said 16 shots from the field, 5.6 of them from three, excuse me. And last season, Jaden Ivey's stats, 12.6 shots. So about 4.5, whatever, 3.5, 4.5 shots fewer. And the threes, 1 fewer three, 1 fewer free throw attempts. So things are just going up. The minutes were at 28.8. Now they're at 32.2. You see what I'm saying, right? Almost 33 minutes for Ivey. So everything's going up. The books have not taken that into account. I like his stuff. He's on the bottom line. Let's keep it rolling. We're going to take off Cade threes. Let's go back and look at RJ again. He took a while to get going, right? I mean, he only scored all his points in the second and fourth quarter. I don't think he scored in the first or the third quarter. And then he ended up with like 30 in the 31, whatever it was, in the first, in the second and fourth quarters alone. So that scares you a little bit off top, right? For RJ, like, why wasn't he just trying to dominate the whole game? Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. We're going to keep it going. No worries. I might have to go, get a quick snack and bring it back, but I'll promise not to chew into the microphone. But I want to just keep going. So I like Jaden. Let's see what I have up next though. We're talking about RJ. All right. Los Raptors and LeBronto James. And we also had a request for some dick, I believe. So I will hand that out. But let's look at RJ Barrett, 24.5. This was such a beautiful bet at 21, 22.5. God, it was beautiful. What a beautiful ladder. I'm still so happy with it, even though I got lucky as fuck. And it took him shooting 67% from 3 for him to get these points. I mean, the Lakers didn't show up to the Cleveland game. Are they going to show up to this one? Don't they have a history of not playing that well against wait, what happened last season? Hold on. I just pulled it up on Props Madness. If I look at that, well, let me just do it here because I don't know if RJ played all these games. Raptors versus Lakers last season. They played twice, both very high scoring games. I think we're in for another over if Toronto's going to come along for the ride. And the Raptors lost both games, but they did give them a run, right? That was the game that's right. The Lakers came all the way back in this game. They were down big. And let's see, they were down. No, they're up 4 down. Oh no, I'm lying. They weren't down big. I'm crazy. But I thought there was a game that they came back. Anyway, they still handled them, but very high-scoring games with a lot of points. And the Lakers still not good on defense. They're still going to play really fast. RJ is going to be able to score by getting into transition. 29th versus the transition for the Lakers. I know JJ Redick is pissed about that. And then we've got the PNR ball handler, which he's going to continue to be. We were talking about this, Legacy King. We were talking about looking at RJ Barrett assists moving forward. And he had the 13 potentials in this game. I believe I was a little bit too down on Davion Mitchell when he was diming up and playing really well last game. Yeah, the 11, he had 15 as well, though. So he only had 2 more potential assists than RJ, but he's still at 5.5 against a team that I'm assuming, let me look at, filter this by opponent assists allowed. What are the Lakers at? They are allowing the third most assists, the third most, a fifth in the league right now. And their defensive ratings 5th worst. They're 21 points in the paint allowed. Yeah, I kind of like Davion as much as I like RJ. What's RJ's? I bet he's at least 5.5 assists, right? For RJ. There's something here. I think we can bet on Davion, Dick, and RJ. What was I just looking at real quick? Damn, I like all this. Davion assists. This is the points. This is what I want to look at. This is the assists. 15 potentials, 5.5. Yeah, without quickly, even 12 in this game against the Nuggets. He only had four potential assists and got 6 dimes somehow. But yeah, this is a bad team stopping assists and to the point guard and to everybody. So I think assists are a good play here without Quickly or Barnes. Like for both of these guys, for RJ, his assist prop is at 4.5, juice to the gills. But getting over 5.5 for him isn't a bad look either. But Davion still had the ball in his hands plenty, and that's plenty of potentials. I think I'm going to start with Davion, honestly. I really like this for him for the dimes. Yeah, I mean, in the last 3 games, when he's the legit point guard, I guess he is not. I guess he is a legit point guard. They were running action for RJ. He wasn't the primary ball handler. He was the dude getting the ball in the action. But Davion's bringing it up and facilitating. So I'm not scared away by Denver's very good at limiting assists. Last year, they were like 6th best in the league, 3rd best versus point guards. I just remember that from recently wanting to bet against them. I'm putting Davion down here. I like this look right now. I'm going to put him in the bottom line as well. I know I'm supposed to be looking at RJ points, and I'm going to again, but I got Davion Mitchell down here for sure. What time does this start? -104 is the best number on FD. Really like that though. Damn, I really like that. I'm gonna jump in the comments real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything too. Let's see. I know I'm on one today, bro. I'm like, this is the end of the week. I'm so fucking tired. Just please nobody cancel me, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. But I said we don't bet on women beaters. So yeah, I'm not getting away from that. Kevin Porter Jr. and Miles Bridges, you're not going to just all of a sudden become in good favor with me when I know how you treat people. That's too fucked up. Let's see. Jaba's going with his favorite bet of the day is Rui over 19.5 PR. Filter him with 35 minutes. Yeah, I love Rui. You don't got to tell me. I picked him up in fantasy for a reason. I'll put AD on here. Cody brought it up. What's good, Cody? I'll put it up here as well. RJ's at a very high point total. The value's gone for me. I'm just going to tell you right now so we don't waste any more time on it. I'm probably not going to be betting him on the points at 24.5, even if it is against this team. It's just not how I bet. Unless I'm like, like the other day with RJ, but it was at 21.5. I thought it was so mispriced. I leaned into it, and it was. This time, I don't think it's mispriced. I think 24.5 is fairly reasonable to expect from him for this season when he's even without the other key players for the team. So I'm gonna keep moving after RJ, and I'm gonna put Rui in here. Excuse me, that's what I was supposed to be doing. Rui, and there was one more that I don't want to forget. AD is right for Cody. All right, got AD in here. We'll get to that Lakers game shortly. All right, let's keep it rolling. Yeah, that's true though. Kevin Porter's looked pretty good, but also has a lot of bricks, just like Westbrook. So I think you mean that in every way possible, right, Mike? All right, let's look at a couple other things. Mike Lowry. How is Bad Boys 2 so much better than Bad Boys 1? That was crazy. All right. I'm still trying to go in order because I know people have been waiting super patiently for like a Duren double-double. Let me take a look at that. Jaylen Duren, and Duren. Yeah, playing against Cat, right? How many double-doubles does he have this season? Looks like only 2. Against the Heat and against the Pacers. Yeah, those are his 2 double-doubles. In those games, he played 30 and 29 minutes. The other one's 29, 29, 20. Okay, so he's at 29, 30 minutes. I'm not sure. Does anybody know why he didn't play as much against Philly? I wasn't watching that game as closely that day on whatever that was, Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure why he didn't play. Maybe he had foul trouble. We can look at it. But the double-double, what's the price on that? Let me pull it up over here. Since we get double-doubles on outlier.bet. We're talking about Duren. And we're looking at, all right, we're going to roll for another, wait, what time is which game was I just looking at? What time is, these games are at 4. I might have to dip. I'm sorry. We can come back maybe for the West Conference games, but I need to at least get some bets in for the VIP to make sure, and I need to look at a couple of things to make sure I'm not messing it up. So let me try to run through these a little bit more quickly since I'm giving myself another 10 minutes since I think there's some bets I want to play in these 4 o'clock games and give to the squad that I have not yet done, including some of these same game parlays that I'm going to probably look for in this Magic game with some value. And I'm not trying to hold out, but I got to leave something for the people that are subscribing. You know what I mean? Let me see about Duren on the double-double. Yeah, I get it. I like it. It's the points I don't trust. It's the minutes I don't trust. I mean, 29 is probably where he's going to be at. I mean, these rebound chances are absurd. It's actually the points that scare you more than the rebounds, right? He's just not involved in the offense quite as much, and he relies so heavily on Cade to get him the ball. When you see 7 for 7 from the field, they were all probably dunks, right? Like, he's not making too many moves to the basket. He doesn't even have a play type analysis because his play type analysis catch and dunk. If you think that's going to work against Cat and you just want to play it because Cat is a minus defender, I totally get that. But it's not enough for me to make a bet on Duren. I'm just coming over to the notifications again because I know we just got a bunch of updates. So Yves Missy's going to play. Daniel Tice is going to play. Jordan Hawkins is going to play. That's a look right there because he's going to once again be taking a ton of shots. AD is going to play. JV is still out. And we're going with Dean Wade is in the high school principal. Dean Wade is in the starting lineup for the Cavs, which once again, that game's coming out in like 20 minutes. So, okay. Thank you, Anthony Lee. Yeah, he fouled out for sure. All right, let's see. Another one. We just got another update. What is it? Another one. Not going to give it. All right, it's probably just Trent Watford. All right, let's keep rolling so I can get to as much as possible. We've got to look at Sam Merrill threes. I think Sam Merrill threes is legit. If you're at 1.5, though, I think you want to make sure that you're getting decent money. Let's just take a quick look at what he has done this season. No, he's coming off the bench. He's at 5.5 points. So you got to consider it's 1.5 threes or 5.5 points for the same number. All his shots are probably threes, right? He took 4 shots, 3 of them, 3 for 4 threes, all 4 threes, 7 of 8 threes, 5 of 5 threes, 4 of 4 threes. All he's doing is shooting threes. We know that. Come on, get the little white guy out here. Let's get him to shoot some threes. Nice comb over, Sam. All right, minus 105 though for, let's see, what's he averaging on this? So he's 8, 5, 4. That's 13, 17, 21, 24 in 5 games. So basically 5 threes per attempts per game. Do you think he's going to go 40%? And that's not a bet that I want to make. So let's move past that. But that's how I look at 3-point shots and 3-point makes. How many do I expect him to take? What's his percentage that he needs to hit to get there, right? And I don't want to bank on somebody having to shoot 40% too consistently from 3 unless that player, once again, is Wardell Stephen Curry or perhaps Klay Thompson or the past Klay Thompson. So I don't like it for Sam. I don't have a reason to think. Now, once again, if you think this is a blowout, great. I'm inclined to go, yes, probably a blowout. But at the if this was the second game with Paolo out, definitely a blowout. The first game where a player goes down, like a star key player goes down, sometimes everybody rallies around that and plays really well in the first game that he's out. And maybe Franz does superhuman shit to be like, yo, don't worry, I got this. I can do it. No, you can't, Franz. You're not Paolo, but you get what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna skip the stuff there. You see, I got Ivy up on the bottom line as well. Let me keep rolling here. We didn't look at Dick yet. Oh my God. All right. Let's take a look at Dick. Yeah, he is. He is. You're right. And yeah, I would appreciate some likes if y'all are getting anything out of this, man. It does so much for me. It's a click of a button for you. If your fingers are broken, don't worry about hitting the like button. If your finger's working, go ahead and strike that for me. I appreciate it. If you do need anything else too, I would head to the description of the video on YouTube. That's got the links to all of the tools that I'm using with a short description. So you know what is, what's going on with that. Just now I'm getting distracted by the fact that we're back at Dick's. But anyway, yeah, the main point is if you want all the tools, if you want a link to the VIP Discord or the free Discord, you can go ahead and get in there and get that stuff. All right, I'm speeding through. So Grady Dick, yes to Dick for sure. But I'm never going to be able to really go over Grady Dick's props because every single thing out of my mouth is going to be a Dick joke. Let's try to be mature about this for like 2 seconds so that we can talk about Dick like men and not like little boys. All right. So there I go again. The 17.5, man, this was such a steal at 14.5, and I'm still kicking myself for not taking it. But 36 minutes going up against the Lebronto squad here. Spot up, they're a little bit better at. They're really bad on ball. They're a little bit better off-ball defense for real for the Lake Show. So, you know, there is something to be said for them not giving up as much to the spot up. How's their 3-point defense? Bad? Yeah, bad. It's just really bad. What's Grady Dick 3 is at? And how many of his shots were 3? So, he only took 6 threes last game. Boy was balling, dude. Honestly, like, it's gotta suck to get fucking toasted by this fucking mug right here and just be like, well, just got beat by Grady Dick to the basket. Damn, beat by Dick. I gotta watch what I say. I gotta get off this. I think 17.5 is fine. I would have loved 15.5. I don't have much for it because I don't. This is not like catch him by surprise anymore. For Grady Dick, like it was kind of last game still, where his shots were on the rise, but now it's like we know he's going to be taking 15 to 17 shots. Is he going to make those? I mean, probably, but I don't have much of an edge other than that. No one's being taken by surprise, like I said. Yeah, I'll just call him Grady. That's a really good call. Just call him Grady. This grody ass Grady. Let's see. All right, so we're done with him. Jay Randall, Rui, AD. Let's try to run through those real quick. So Jay Randall, do we have a reason to believe that he's going to do well this game? He's going to be going up against Aaron Gordon. Not a great matchup for him. If we look at points at 20.5, this is going to be what it's at. Like when I see Julius at 20.5 points for this season, I'm likely going to pass unless Ant is out or something to that effect. I don't have much of a reason to believe that, like to think that he needs to play more minutes than he has been playing. Well, he has been up to 35. I mean, he's at 35 a game, which is a lot, but 20.5 is a lot of points, man, for somebody shooting the ball. 17, 16, 13. Yeah, I thought he'd be right around 16 most of the time. He only took 13 shots against Dallas. I didn't love that. They're good down low, though. That's a much better defense down low to the point. Boards are at 7.5. That's where they're going to be for the season as well. Assists 4.5. That's high, but yeah, we're not catching anybody by surprise there. These numbers are just too high. Like I don't need to spend too much time trying to dig deeper to find an edge. These numbers are just not playable for me for him, so I can just make that pretty easy to comprehend. The Miles McBride stuff real quick. Want to look at that. And then Rui and AD. And then I got a dip set real quick. Fuck, I really got to go right now, but let's do this quick. Miles, where are you at, Miles? 10.5 points. I loved 9.5. It's really annoying. Oh, wow. This got bet down. Why did this get bet down? I guess maybe because Cat was ruled in. So they were waiting for the Cat news. Did Cat get ruled in? Because I know we were waiting on Cat news. Please update. Okay, Wendell Carter's out. Batadze's out. Jesus Christ, who's playing center for this team? Mo Wagner. Mo. Did they leave his props up? Bastards! They took it down. They still don't have Mo up. We're not going to get Mo in time, are we? Oh my! All right. So what I would do with Mo, because I'm not going to be on the show to be able to tell you to do this, what I'd be doing with Mo is hitting the over, and I would be playing Mo Wagner 10.5 points, and like 6.5 rebounds. I'm assuming it's going to come out around there. It might even come out at like 12. He's so much of a better scorer, honestly, than even Wendell Carter. And definitely Goga Batadze. He's gonna eat. I mean, Mo double. I'm gonna be looking at Mo for sure. We got Franz on here. I think you meant to put one of these as Mo. Everybody, Sug Black Franz. Yeah, Mo. There he is. He's starting. Obviously, he's the only other big. All right, I got work to do. Apologies. I got to jump off and get this done so I can look at some stuff and get some stuff over to people. AD has a very high points prop. He's a very good basketball player. I'm not afraid of it against Jakob Poeltl. He's going to dominate. I get that. Rui, I think this is a good matchup for him too. Who's power forward for this team? Is Chris Boucher even playing? I don't even know who plays power forward for them, but I don't think it's going to be anybody good. So yeah, as we've got these lineups coming in. Okay, so Cat is playing. I don't care that Cat's playing. I still think Miles is a good over. I'm going to go look at this stuff, but I think you just got to hold your Miles McBride all the time. The only offense they have on the bench, 8 shots, 12 shots, only took 4 against the Pacers. I didn't love that. 10 though, right here. So yeah, I think we got to go back to that. I know Cat's going to keep taking some more shots. Good for him. They're not going to be Miles McBride's shots, though, so he's still going to have some opportunity. I'm going to get that going right now. Got the links to everything you need. If you do want every single pick that I'm actually making, going to have that in the VIP Discord, link in the description of the video. And I'm going to pin the bets that we went through here on the YouTube video as well. So appreciate the likes. If y'all don't mind throwing a like my way, this is going to be really helpful for everything we do here. So I can keep bringing you these live streams for free. And so we'll keep it going until I see y'all next. I'm gonna have a video out for tomorrow. Have a video out for Saturday's slate. That's coming out tonight as well. Can't stop, won't stop. That's why I took a half-hour nap earlier. All right. Best of luck tonight to y'all. And until I see you next, hopefully tomorrow or whenever, happy betting.